Hello everyone, my name is Pamela Pignon and I'm going to be making a presentation on Coco Chanel. She was a very influential fashion designer who arose in the 20s. She is most known for her little black dress, her perfume, and women's suits. She strived for more comfortable women's clothes, quoting, "Luxury must be comfortable, otherwise it is not luxury." So life before fame. Coco Chanel was born on August 19th, 1883 in Saumur, France. She was originally named Gabrielle Bonheur Chanel. She lived with her mother, and when she died, she was moved to live with her father, who later entered her into an orphanage. And in that orphanage, nuns taught her how to sew, which was a very important stepping stone in her career. And she later became a singer for clubs in Vichy and Moulins. It is believed that as a singer, she was given the name Coco after one of the songs that she sang. However, an article in The Atlantic quoted Chanel saying that Coco is short for cocotte, which means kept woman in French. In addition, she wasn't that skilled or talented in singing, so when she eventually found the opportunity to change careers, she took the opportunity. The beginning of an icon. At 20 years old, Chanel was involved with Etienne Balsan, who was a rich aristocrat. Her relationship with Balsan enabled her to meet and become a part of a wealthier social circle. Because she was able to become a part of this social circle, she eventually met her new lover, Arthur Capel, who helped fund her first store selling women's hats in 1913. After 6 years, as Chanel's fashion line became more popular and she gained more money, she gained enough popularity to allow her to open a shop on 31 Rue Cambon, which was in the center of one of the most popular fashion streets in Paris. One of her most famous stories is that on one cold winter day, she fashioned an old black jersey into a dress. The people down the street were very impressed, and they asked her where she bought it, in which she answered that she made it herself, and she offered to make them a dress as well. It was through this dress that her popularity rose into being known as the Little Black Dress. Chanel in the 20s. Chanel launched her perfume brand Chanel No. 5 in the 1920s. This was the first perfume to actually include a designer's name on the title. When she first released the perfume, she gave most of the percentage earnings to the store and to the store that sold them. She gave them 70%, and she also gave 20% to the department store owner, in the end only leaving 10% to herself. As the popularity of the perfume rose, as did revenue, but since Chanel only had 10%, she received very little earnings. So over the years, she tried to sue and renegotiate the terms, but she was never successful. In addition, Chanel introduced the women's suit fashion line in 1925. Her emphasis was on women's fashion and comfort with that fashion, as well as style. So she copied features from menswear. This was revolutionary because she changed the uncomfortable fashion of corsets and endless layers to more comfortable, fashionable, and modern looks that allowed women to express themselves in an age of freedom. These clothes also facilitated women's activities, allowing women to do once difficult tasks with garments more simple. And as I previously stated, Chanel was the creator of the iconic little black dress, which in itself also reinvented the color black from a solemn funeral type color to a more modern and fashionable dress. So more than fashion. Aside from developing her fashion line, Chanel also worked on costumes for the Russian ballet and different plays. She was an influential figure in the artistic world, and since she was already a part of a high social class, she had friends such as Picasso and Jean Cocteau. She even had a relationship with Igor Stravinsky, who was a famous modern music composer in the 20s. And Chanel was actually so influential that she had her own Broadway show dedicated to her called Coco, where Katharine Hepburn starred as Chanel on the show. In the end, the play won 7 Tony Award nominations, and won 2 awards for Best Costume Design and Best Featured Actor. Finally, Chanel died on January 10, 1971 in the Hotel Ritz. Many mourned her death by wearing Chanel suits. Designer Karl Lagerfeld revamped her company 10 years after her death, continuing her legacy by being one of the most influential fashion industries of today. So even though this company was founded on in the 20s, the fact that it is still popular and such a high name brand today is very impressive. In addition, there are also several movies and biographies about Chanel's life as a revolutionary fashion designer in the 20s. Chanel was never married, but she had various love affairs with famous and influential men of high class. In the end, Chanel was a free spirit who strived to express women's freedom through fashion, overall becoming an inspiration for artists and designers for many years to come. Thank you very much, and I hope that you've learned a lot about Coco Chanel, and that the next time you see the Chanel brand, you're able to recognize the story behind the brand. Thank you very much.